If you have just joined us, I've got Achomba Mumba, the sport chairman of City of Lusaka, and Justin Zulu, the chairman for City of Lusaka Football Club. Now, I was trying to get a clarification as to why the two are entitled to be called as such. And Chomba, I cut you short just to explain to the listeners before going into the detail.
Yeah, I think I ended where I was saying that as much as there was a judgment, an appeal is part of the legal process. So therefore, this process is still in progress. In fact, I said the last line of the judgment from the judge says leave to appeal is granted. And also subsequent to that, we do have some official clarifications because we did have some parties that may have, whether they misunderstood or they were doing it deliberately, did try to act as if the judgment was enforceable straight away. This development was communicated to the judge, and the judge did make it clear that is not the case. The current management and structure of the PLC and of the football club continues.
Okay. Yeah. So until such a time that the appeal is heard. All right. Now let's not go dwell into it because of the case in court. Let's get to the background of City of Lusaka. Tell us the teething problems City of Lusaka. Maybe a brief background, because it's sad to hear that City of Lusaka, out of National Division 1, now they are in the lower league. And what led to that? People are asking. Justin, maybe I can ask you.
Thank you so much, Patrick, and good morning, listeners. Actually, that was it's a developmental process that we undertake, and the board did guide to that effect. And Lusaka has got the youngest team ever, which we believe that the U18 to 20, they're going to give us what we want. We are sitting on our 7th on our table, and when we look at the average age that we've assembled, it's a very vibrant team, which when we qualify from this division to another division, we've got about 2 years to go for the boys to be in Premier, and that itself is a benefit to the club, because we're talking about having one boy in a season of about 4 years. And when you look at football nowadays, it talks about eligibility and young, and it has become scientific. So having a player maybe who's about 25 to play for Premier first tier, it becomes an issue. So therefore, we, City of Lusaka, we took that role as a developmental. To mention but a few, look at Atletico where they are now. It's one of the teams that is a force to reckon with because of the age trimming and limiting. That itself is a plus to us as a City of Lusaka.
Okay, now Chomba, why not maintain yourselves in the National League and restructure whilst you're still in the National League? Because going back again to the lower ranks, meaning that you have to undergo metamorphosis of getting back to the National League before you think of playing a Super League.
Patrick, let me try and address your question by saying that at City of Lusaka, as much as we're a football team, we believe that football, first of all, is a business. And that's one of the things that the fans of City of Lusaka must be proud of. City of Lusaka Football Club is one of the very few teams that is based on a solid business foundation. Right now, you say we are back in Division 2. I think it's important also to point out that was a deliberate decision. And as the chairman here has alluded, it was a deliberate decision for developmental purposes. We were in National League, I think 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
4 years, if I'm not mistaken, trying to gain promotion to Premiership or to Super League. And in those 4 to 5 years, we always missed it. It always went down to the last day.
Yeah.
Now, they say you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So the board decides to go and sit and say, look, how do we approach this differently? What are the realities that we're dealing with? Right? The realities that we were dealing with were that the economics of it were starting to look a bit shaky. Right? Therefore, look to the business side of it, right? I'll tell you now, it cost, at least for us, it cost over 5 million kwacha per season to be in National League. We're not even in Super League. So we made a business decision and said, listen, let's pull back. Let's bring in younger players, right, that we can instill a philosophy in, that we can instill a culture in. At the same time as we are doing that, we are building ourselves a financial pool that allows us to develop our footballing assets beyond what we currently have. And there are a lot of people, trust me, who will kill to have the footballing assets that City of Lusaka has right now. But we think that needs to be developed. We also need to develop our financial capacity, right? The reality of it, or the reality of Zambian football, is that who are the top of Zambian football? It's quasi-government organizations, Zanaco, ZESCO, and such. And I can tell you now, we believe, at least we understand their budgets in excess of $3 million per season. You don't just come with your 10 kwacha muitumba and say, oh, I think I can compete with that. You've got to be smart, however much time it takes. And City of Lusaka knows what can be achieved with time.
With time.
If you go to Woodland Stadium now, if you go to Lewanika Mall now, this is now 2025. 10 years ago, it's 2015, right? So anybody above 10 years of age or about 20 can remember what that place was looking at that time.
Okay, so I think you can hold that, a very interesting part. And let's see, okay? Years back, we spoke to the director, and this is what he had to say.
I think the team's looking very good. I think they can only get better from here. I think fantastic show. Football's a spectacle. I don't know, more people should be here. I'm actually surprised that there are not enough people filling the stands. So the price of the ticket cannot be a problem. It's not expensive. I'd like to see more people come watch. I've enjoyed it. My wife has been with me. She's enjoyed it. So hopefully we'll come again.
As a director, what are you going to do to make sure that you attract more people to come and watch this game or City of Lusaka?
It just started. Things are going to happen. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but there are going to be some renovations, as we've said, done to this particular stadium, and hopefully we'll see a lot more other activities. But I think give us some time. I think the proof will be in what we deliver. We've just started.
How often do you expect to see you out of Lusaka?
No, I'll be here. I'll be coming.
Okay.
And I'll bring my friends to come and watch as well.
Oh, interesting. And what are your long-term plans? Something that you've just come and won't see you again, or maybe in terms of 5 years, 2 years? What are your plans for the players?
No, we will be here for the long term.
Okay, that was the director, Diego Alcacere. From the statement, that was before the state-of-the-art Woodland Stadium was done. I think there were a lot of promises. Now, what has changed?
The man said in the interview there, the proof will be in the pudding. And I think the pudding is there for all to see. It's not for me to claim anything. If anybody doesn't believe what he said, they can come and have a look. City of Lusaka, Woodland Stadium, it's right up there with your Heroes and with your Manawasa Stadium. Beyond that, nobody else compares.
Justin, I think you were there when the director was saying this. We are part and parcel of the structure that we see now at Woodland Stadium. What have you been discussing in the background?
Yeah, like my board chairman has said, is that all what was said, it's there, visible. And trust me, even now, that City of Lusaka is receiving the best under the guidance of our board. And when you look at our team, specifically, that we've got young boys that we've assembled who are promising that in future, City of Lusaka will be again another epidemic, a beacon of talent identification. Talk about the camp house which we have, talk about how we are keeping the boys, nurture them, giving them good training and good facility. We give them a good platform to showcase their talent. That itself is a plus. We're compliant in terms of club licensing and also in terms of ratifying that the boy received the best that they have. So City of Lusaka now has become a beacon for oasis and a beacon for the players to showcase their talents.
showcase, and it has got a large following in Lusaka. And when people come to watch football, we usually talk to them and get their feelings. But we are told that the team no longer plays its football at Woodlands Stadium or Race Arena. Is it not your venue?
The team always plays their home games at Rise Arena, and we've had a very good overwhelming support from the well-meaning supporters and also other supporters who come from other sides of Lusaka. All our games are played on Sunday, and that itself is a plus to us, and each and every player would always want to play in Rise Arena because of the way it's been done. Our games always encounter and embroid on all the other teams to come and showcase their talent there, which is a plus to us. And we know that we're on a good path in terms of talent identification and also future building of the national team players. Today, we have about 3-4 players who've been called for U17 and also under 20, which we know that is actually going to the right direction as the board alluded to directing us. Patrick, State of Lusaka now is an epitome and it's an oasis of peace because everything that is being done, there's good management in terms of accountability and also transparency. Every person can walk at State of Lusaka, check player profile, every contract, everything is in place. We've got a good, able general manager, Dalton Ross, who's been there to make sure that everything is being done according to the way it's supposed to be.
Okay, I'm talking to Jomba Amomba, chairman of Lusaka PLC, 2000 PLC, and Justin Zulu, the club chairman. Okay, we are talking about the city of Lusaka. People don't care about what you're doing in the background for the sake of the future, but would like to see their team play at the highest level. People are always in a hurry. Whatever you do in the background, to them doesn't matter. Woodlands and residents are starved.
We understand that, Patrick, and we appreciate the anxiousness. The members say kufika, right? And it is our duty to plan things properly and make sure that things happen correctly, and at the end of the day, it's making economic sense for everyone. What I would urge everyone to do is to come and watch the city of Lusaka now so that we can have a in future. Why, but no, that player came from where? But this is 2025. Come and see our 17-year-olds that are playing so that when you see them in 2 years' time and they're doing things, you will understand exactly what has happened. And of course, we're always approachable. Anybody can come and ask us any questions. We're ready to take suggestions once we explain what we're doing.
Okay. You talked about quarry government teams.
Yes.
And you have to look at business. Now, with that, the kind of investments that is surrounding Woodlands Stadium, talking about Lewanika more, from where I stand, just walking there, it's a lot of money. You're not suffering. Why take that direction?
It's a footballing decision, it's a business decision. Yeah. Any business has a strategic deciding level where we say where we're going to be in 3 years' time, where we're going to be in 4 years' time, right? It doesn't happen by chance. So once you see the success, it's got a history behind it. Somebody decided so many years ago. Just like I'm saying to you, if you look at Lewanika more today and you look at it 10 years ago, I think that interview you had with Diego must have been about 2016, if I'm not mistaken. That's 9 years ago. When he was talking, there was dust outside the stadium. But he promised you because he had a plan. And this is 9 years later, and you can see what he promised. So we're telling you now that what we are working towards today is having a very formidable team in the next 3 to 4 years, and supported by the right infrastructure beyond what we have now.
Yeah.
As much as we have some of the best infrastructure.
Convince me that you two gentlemen in the studio who are walking the streets of Woodlands and Chilenji freely, are you popular?
Very much. Reason being that we're doing the right thing and we know we're taking care of the business that's supposed to be. And football nowadays is business, and in a corporate entity, you cannot manage a team without the finances. It's all about having the finances. Team, they fail to fulfill their fixtures because of lack of the funds. And what we're doing at City of Lusaka, what the board has decided to embark on that project, it's a project that we're building that in 4-5 years' time, it will give us back the retainer. There will be a retainer from that.
Okay. So when you stop your vehicle and drop your windows, what do the people tell you?
You will get different opinions. And what you have to understand is that for somebody to have an opinion, they have a certain set of facts, they have certain beliefs, and they have certain information. Once you are lacking in any of these, you find that your opinion will differ.
Yeah.
And that's why you see Mr. Zulu and myself, we're sitting here today. We're ready to answer any questions. The good thing about the truth is that you have nothing to fear. You ask me, and I tell you, I saw Mr. Zulu yesterday. If I'm telling the truth, I won't have anything to fear, because you might ask me and say, what color was his shirt? Because I saw him, I will be able to answer that question. So there are no questions that we can fail to answer, because we are standing on the truth. And we are standing on a true commitment to the team, as you have seen in the past, and as you will continue to see in the future.
Okay.
And we are standing on a true commitment to the team, as you have seen in the past, and as you will continue to see in the future.
Okay.
Vai,